Hey, how's it going? So one really nice thing about Cal Poly is that there's lots of opportunities for undergrads to TA for classes. In fact, in my case, I've been TAing since the winter quarter of my first year at Cal Poly. And so in this video, I just want to discuss how you can become a TA, what the role entails, as well as why I really recommend this experience. And then I'll just briefly discuss a few alternatives to TAing in case you're not able to do it. So if you clicked on this video, you're probably most interested in how you can become a TA at Cal Poly, so we'll discuss that first. I would say the traditional route is that you've taken a class with a professor that you've done fairly well in and have enjoyed, so you'll reach out to the professor, and offer to TA for them. Typically, there'll be a current TA who's graduating or leaving for another reason, or the professor is teaching a new section and therefore needs a TA for that section. So you'll see how things work out from there after you reach out to the professor. However, if there's no current TA or if you're not aware of there ever being a TA for that class, I would still recommend reaching out to the professor because you can surely add some sort of value, whether that be through helping with grading, leading some extra office hours to help students or coming in during labs. So I guess the main thing to highlight from that is that there's no real formal application process for becoming a TA at Cal Poly, and instead it's typically up to the discretion of the professor, which is why doing well in the professor's class and actually demonstrating some sort of interest in the class is pretty important in my opinion. So nice job, you've gotten that role as a TA. So now let's take a look at some of the details. So first of all, you'll typically be hosting office hours and grading assignments. And in some cases, depending on what class you're TAing for, you'll need to come into labs and help students out. So this is typically required for a lot of the more hands-on engineering labs. But for like a lot of the CS labs, I've seen that it's not necessarily required for TAs to come in to help during labs. But I would say grading and office hours are more of the common requirements for being a TA. So now let's discuss why you should become a TA at Cal Poly. First and foremost, you're genuinely interested in mentoring and helping other students learn concepts. Second, you'll definitely learn a lot through trying to explain sort of these non-trivial topics to other students in simple manners. I think that's a great practice for everyone to really reinforce your understanding of topics. And then finally, third, employers love to see TAing and other similar experiences on your resumes, from what I've heard at least. And through my experiences at career fairs, I have seen lots of employers who seem to like that kind of experience. So that's just an added bonus as well. So another interesting detail about being a TA at Cal Poly is that you do get paid. I think it's around $16.50 an hour right now. Interestingly, when I first started 2 years ago, it was $16 an hour, and that increase is largely thanks to the student union we have here. And you'll get a lot of emails from them once you start TAing. Another interesting thing to note is largely thanks to the work done by the union, TAs as well as other student employees were able to get retroactive raises. So that's just something to be aware of. So let's say you're unfortunately unable to land that TA role you wanted. The good thing is there are a few alternatives to get similar experience. The first one is tutoring at the Campus Tutoring Center. This is a paid position. In fact, one of my friends who tutors at the Campus Tutoring Center makes $19 an hour, which is interesting. And the second alternative to being a TA is leading a workshop at Cal Poly. So you can sign up to lead a workshop where you'll be teaching small groups of students topics from a class. I believe it's twice a week. And this is not a paid position, but you do get that experience. And also you do get priority registration, which is really nice. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any feedback, as usual, please leave it in the comments or any questions as well. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.